I swear I knew the moment she lunged at me. Hands outstretched, nails sharp, screaming about HOA authority that things had gone way beyond a simple neighborhood dispute. I hit the door so hard my shoulder went numb, and while I was still catching my breath, 2 police officers walked up my driveway like they'd been waiting for this moment all week. And Karen Lucan, the self-appointed queen of Maple Ridge community, was still shrieking that I had attacked her, even though half the neighborhood had their phones out filming her losing her mind. That was the moment I realized, yeah, this wasn't a misunderstanding. This was war. I'm Luke Wilson, and I live in Maple Ridge community. Your textbook, quiet suburban neighborhood, complete with trimmed lawns matching mailboxes, and of course, a homeowners association that thinks it runs the world. Now I get rules. I follow rules. But nothing prepares you for someone like Karen, the kind of person who believes the HOA bylaws were personally handed down to her by the Founding Fathers. For me, it all started with something so harmless, so painfully ordinary, that I didn't even register it as a potential disaster, my little sister sitting on our front porch with her red weighted blanket. Amy's 26 Lives with Me deals with anxiety that hits out of nowhere and hits hard. That blanket, it's not just fabric. It's pressure therapy. It grounds her, helps her breathe when everything feels too loud. She was sitting there humming softly, wrapped up in that deep crimson cocoon, watching the afternoon breeze push through the trees. And for the first time in days, she actually looked calm. And then the piece shattered clicking heels on concrete perfume, strong enough to burn the paint off a car, and a voice that could curdle milk. "Excuse me," she said, 3 syllables, 0 warmth. I turned, and there she stood, Karen Lucan. Beige designer jumpsuit, sharp blonde bob, HOA clipboard clutched to her chest like a holy artifact. And that expression like she was smelling something rotten and had already decided it was your fault. She pointed at Amy's blanket like it was a biohazard, that she said is not an approved exterior color for visible household items. I blinked. "You're talking about the blanket? It violates the Maple Ridge Visual Uniformity Guidelines," she announced. "Nothing red is permitted in public-facing areas unless it's part of holiday decor submitted for approval. And it's January." Amy froze, fingers curling tight around the blanket. I felt my jaw clench. "It's a medical comfort item," I said. "She needs it. It's staying." Karen smiled a smile that wasn't a smile, more like a parking ticket in human form. If it's visible from the street, the HOA can confiscate it for review. She actually reached for it. Instinct kicked in. I stepped between them. Do not touch my sister. The transformation was immediate. Her face softened, eyebrows lifted in fake innocence, head tilted like she'd suddenly become the patron saint of good intentions. "I was helping," she said. "You're being aggressive and defiant, neither of which look good on your record, Mr. Wilson." "My record?" She said that like she had a file on me in her house labeled Luke's Crimes Against Aesthetics. A few of our neighbors, Mr. Pike across the street, the Ramirez couple walking their dog, paused. They knew that look on her face. Maple Ridge's resident tyrant had identified her next target. Karen leaned in. "This is a warning. I'll be filing a notice." And she walked off, scribbling on her clipboard like she was writing the 10 Commandments. I thought that was the end. Just another Karen moment. Another box checked on her daily list of micro-terrors. But the next morning, a bright yellow notice was slapped onto my front door like a scarlet letter. "Violation unauthorized object visible from public walkway. Fine $250 per day." I crumpled it in my fist. Amy peeked through the window, eyes wide. "Luke, I'm sorry. It's because of me." "It's not you," I said. "It's her." But even I could feel that ugly little seed of doubt forming in my stomach. What if I was making this worse? What if refusing to comply would just drag Amy deeper into this mess? I hate admitting it, but yeah, I had a moment where I almost caved. I imagined just paying the stupid fine, telling Amy to keep the blanket inside, pretending we weren't being bullied. It felt easier than fighting a woman who treated HOA rules like scripture. But then Karen escalated. Hard. That afternoon, she marched up my driveway again, this time with a camera strapped to her chest like she was live-streaming a wildlife hunt. "I'm here to remove the offending item," she declared. "That's not happening," I said. She ignored me. stepped closer to Amy, who was once again on the porch blanket pulled tightly around her shoulders. The wind was picking up real gusts rolling through. And then it happened. Karen tripped, or at least that's what she later claimed. But I watched her. I saw how deliberate it was. She flung her arm out, a cup of ice water in hand, and pitched it directly toward us. Cold water hit my arm, splattered across Amy's blanket. Amy yelped, scrambling back. I grabbed her instinctively, and Karen gasped dramatically. "Oh, this is your fault. You obstructed the walkway. I could have been seriously injured." I stared at her. "You're unbelievable." She jabbed a finger toward the damp blanket. "And now that thing is soaked. Completely unhygienic. Honestly, you're putting the whole neighborhood at risk." People started gathering. Phones came out. Karen straightened her posture, switching into her poor, innocent victim persona like flipping a switch. "He's threatening me," she announced loudly. "This family has been confrontational and dangerous for days. I demand immediate HOA intervention." My heartbeat was pounding in my ears. The humiliation, the helplessness, it all stacked up. And for a second I felt that old doubt again. Maybe I was overreacting. Maybe I should have handled this differently. Then a voice cut through the chaos like a warm breeze. "Everything all right here?" Maya Brooks. Our community manager stepped onto the sidewalk. Calm, sharp-eyed. The kind of person who could walk into a tornado and somehow lower the wind speed. Karen lit up like she had seen salvation. "Oh, thank goodness, they're violating multiple rules. They're refusing inspection. And he assaulted me." Maya looked at me, then at Amy clutching her blanket, then at Karen's theatrics. "Right," Maya said. "Why don't we start with you stepping back from their porch?" Karen blinked. "Excuse me, this is their private property," Maya said. "And that blanket is a personal medical comfort item. HOA regulations don't cover that." Karen's jaw dropped. She sputtered. "But it's red. It's visible. It's disruptive." Maya raised an eyebrow. "So is your jumpsuit, but we're not fining you for wearing it." Behind us, someone snorted a laugh. I turned and saw him. Ben Ford, retired Army, arms crossed, camera still recording. "Got it all," he said. "This woman's been harassing them non-stop." Karen's eyes darted between us, me, Maya, Ben, the small crowd forming. And I swear I could see her piecing together a new plan in real time. Something darker, desperate. While Maya stepped aside to radio in the disturbance, Karen's gaze snapped back to Amy's blanket. Her face twisted. And exactly like on that plane story you've probably heard before, like something possessed her, she lunged. Her fingers curled like claws, reaching straight toward Amy. I moved fast, threw my arm out to block her. "No!" Her hand hit my forearm, then she shoved hard. Pain shot through my shoulder as I slammed into the door. Amy screamed. Someone yelled behind me. Phones went up. The whole world froze for a second. Then chaos erupted. Ben stepped in with military precision, gripping Karen's upper arms and stopping her cold. Not hurting her, just stopping the forward motion of a woman completely out of control. "That's enough," he said quietly. Neighbors started shouting, some at Karen, some at Maya, some just out of sheer disbelief. And then the sirens got closer. The police pulled up faster than I expected, stepping out with that tired, serious look of officers who already know they're walking into nonsense. "Who's Luke Wilson?" one asked. I raised my hand, shoulder throbbing. Before I could speak, Karen shrieked, "Arrest him! He attacked me! He tried to steal HOA property." Ben let out a breath. "Ma'am, please stop talking." Officer Miller approached, calm but firm. "We're going to sort this out. Everyone stay where you are." He asked me what happened. I told him. He asked Amy. She whispered the truth. He asked the neighbors. And they all said the same thing. She attacked them. She tried grabbing the blanket. She shoved him. She staged the water spill. "I have video. I have video. I have video." The crowd practically formed a Greek chorus of evidence. Karen's face drained of color. She looked around, but nobody. No one was on her side. Her mouth opened and closed like she was searching for a script, but the role she'd played for years, the all-powerful HOA tyrant, was gone. Officer Miller finally turned to her. "Ma'am, you're coming with us. You've been reported for physical aggression, harassment, and attempted interference with a medical aid item. And the HOA will be contacted separately about your conduct." Karen whispered, "I'm the HOA president." Maya stepped beside the officer. Not anymore. They escorted Karen down the driveway. No fight left. No screaming, just shock. The entire block watched as her beige jumpsuit disappeared behind the patrol car door. And the moment it clicked shut, the air felt lighter. Not happy, not victorious, just relieved. Maya apologized. Ben clapped my shoulder gently. Amy leaned into me, still shaken but safe. I looked at the spot where Karen had stood moments earlier, the woman who tried to bully, manipulate, and intimidate her way into absolute control, and I felt something loosen inside me, something that had been wound tight since the day we moved here. The nightmare was finally over, and if you're wondering what I took away from all of this, it's simple. When someone abuses their authority, standing your ground isn't just brave, it's necessary.